Long before empires like Babylon or Assyria etched their power into stone, there was a mysterious and once powerful people known as the Hurrians. Emerging from the shadows of the ancient Near East around 2500 BCE, the Hurrian civilization flourished in northern Mesopotamia, the Caucasus, and eastern Anatolia. Though often overlooked in popular history, the Hurrians played a pivotal role in shaping the cultures, religions, and languages of the ancient world, and left behind one of humanity's oldest pieces of music. The Hurrians weren't an empire in the traditional sense, but rather a network of city-states and kingdoms, most notably Mitanni, that rose to prominence around 1500 BCE. Their influence spread across modern-day Syria, Iraq, and Turkey, acting as both cultural bridge and political player in a world dominated by rising superpowers. At their height, they rivaled the Hittites, Egyptians, and Assyrians, and sometimes allied with them in complex political marriages and treaties. Linguistically, the Hurrians were unique. Their language was neither Semitic nor Indo-European, but a linguistic isolate, one of the few non-affiliated languages of the ancient Near East. While much of what we know comes from tablets written in Akkadian, Hittite, or other languages, many documents also contain Hurrian translations, prayers, and myths, revealing a deeply spiritual people with a rich pantheon and complex worldview. One of their most enduring legacies is the Hurrian hymn number 6, a song written over 3,400 years ago on a clay tablet discovered in the ancient city of Ugarit. Inscribed in cuneiform and using a form of early musical notation, this hymn to the goddess Nikal is the oldest known piece of written music. It offers a rare and profound connection to a people who otherwise left behind few monumental traces. The Hurrian religion was rich and interwoven with other cultures. Their deities, like Teshub, the storm god, and Shaushka, the goddess of love and war, were often merged or adapted by neighboring civilizations, particularly the Hittites. In fact, much of what we know about Hurrian mythology comes from Hittite religious texts that borrowed and preserved Hurrian stories. Tales of divine succession, cosmic battles, and sacred rites that predate many well-known myths of Greece and Rome. The Mitanni Kingdom, a Hurrian-led state, became a major power between 1500 and 1300 BCE, known for its military might and diplomatic sophistication. The Mitanni elite even used an Indo-Aryan ruling class and incorporated early Vedic gods into their treaties, a fascinating sign of cultural exchange and migration. But despite its power, Mitanni eventually fell to the Hittites and Assyrians, marking the slow fade of Hurrian political autonomy. Still, the Hurrians didn't vanish overnight. Their language, beliefs, and customs lingered for centuries, absorbed into the fabric of the civilizations that followed. While no grand temples or towering statues remained to tell their tale, the Hurrians left behind something far more intimate: a song, a prayer, a whisper from the Bronze Age. As new archaeological discoveries emerge from ancient sites like Nuzi, Urkesh, and Ugarit, scholars continue to piece together the puzzle of who the Hurrians were. Their legacy, though fragmented, is undeniable. They were cultural intermediaries, religious innovators, and poetic souls whose influence still echoes in the myths and music of the ancient world.